With the next reveal for my Vanilla Plus mod being centered around cave biomes and other cave-related structures, it only feels natural to make a mob vote centered around the caves. Whilst I've had a lot of ideas for different mobs, I couldn't get all three to be equal, with some being better or lesser than others, in my and other people's eyes. So once again, you must make a decision. Which golem should be added first? Which is the best option? Which golem will you choose? If you enjoy the video, consider subscribing. Now, onto the mobs. First up, we have the Boulder Golem, a large rock golem that's shape seems to resemble the Cobblestone Golem from Legends. It is a lot slower compared to the Iron Golem or Ice Brick Golem, but packs quite a punch. This golem would easily be able to be classified as a tank among golems, but can be dealt more damage through explosives through mobs, leaving the mob to quickly crumble. If you want a tough escort to accompany you on your adventures, vote for the Boulder Golem at the end of the video. Next, we have the Amethyst Golem, the smallest of the bunch. But don't think they're not as dangerous. The Amethyst Golem is a ranged fighter, generating and readying a sharp amethyst crystal to launch from their head, taking a bit to reload. Whilst this shot is powerful, this golem has very little health, being a sort of glass cannon. But that doesn't stop the fearless Amethyst Golem from picking a fight, leaping into the air to better traverse more rough landscapes. But sometimes they don't have as much foresight to preserve themselves. If you want a brave yet powerful golem to accompany you on your journey, vote for the Amethyst Golem at the end of the video. And finally, we have the Jade Golem, which when following its creator, will defend them, not attacking unless approached or attacked. Apart from the jade trimming into its body and the jade blockers its head, its body seems to be made out of a sort of new stone. It doesn't do as much damage as the previous two, but is more focused on pushing hostiles away. Using the wind energy it intakes, it spins its arms, launching hostile entities away at high speeds, also knocking projectiles away while spinning. If you want the ultimate protector to keep you out of harm's way, vote for the Jade Golem at the end of the video. So now that we've gotten the basic introductions out of the way, let's answer some questions you may have. Who are you going to vote for?
I am probably going to vote for the top guy, the first one that you said.
The Boulder?
Big man Boulder.
Okay.
In terms of stats, the biggest, he's not the strongest, but he like protects as well as the guy in Golem. He has a lot of reach, so it might not blow up as much. So you can survive more hits and stuff like that.
Just like last time, convince everyone why the Boulder Golem should win.
Because he's better. And because everyone else is shit, and this guy's the best because he's, because I said, people should just trust my word,
Yeah.
When I say it's better, then they should just do it,
I just want to follow up on something from the last mob vote with the Tozza is the best. Everyone misspelled it. I think that's hilarious.
I think it was highly inappropriate, and I think it was, you know what? I cried myself to sleep.
So this is what you guys did.
Yeah.
You all did this.
Yeah.
You all did
It's Tozza with a T-O-Z-Z-A.
Let's spell it again.
T for Tozza, O for Tozza, Z for Tozza, Z for Tozza, A for Tozza.
Who are you voting for?
It is actually quite a tough choice here. I'll probably have to say the Amethyst Golem.
Okay. Why's that?
Like it's a hard battle, but I think it is a little bit cooler than the Jade guy. But that's just personal opinion. Obviously, I can see that they're both so cool. But I just like the idea more of like a mobile mortar that's like it's like easy to be destroyed, but if it's powerful, get a couple of them, and what can stop you,
Yeah.
When it crystal charges, does it shoot it out of its head like a projectile, or will it like?
Shoots. It'll have an animation where it puts its hands onto the ground, angles its head, and then the crystal will fire out.
Oh, so it's like a mortar.
Pretty much.
That's fucking sick. So it looks to be a little short guy.
Yeah.
How tall would it be?
He's small. He's like the size of a block, roughly.
I'm still going to go with the Amethyst Golem. I will be voting for it. It's cute, it's cool, and I think its combat capabilities will be good. Do you have anything else to add to convince the viewers watching right now to vote for the Amethyst Golem? Guys, you've got it wrong every single time with the mob vote. In regular Minecraft, I should say. Don't we usually vote for the wrong thing? Glow Squid, Phantom. There's another one, right?
The LA kind of fell off, didn't it?
Oh yeah, I didn't like the LA. It was cool. The Stiv is actually kind of mid. I actually, looking back on it, do prefer the Tough Golem. Guys, you can trust me. I've never been wrong.
Was she shilling the LA the entire time until it got released and then no one talked about it?
Next question.
Who are you gonna vote for?
Probably the Boulder Golem.
Okay, why's that?
I'm wondering if the boulder could actually like turn into a ball and start rolling at you.
Ooh, that would be really cool. I might consider that if he wins, but I'm not going to guarantee that because I don't know how difficult that's going to be to like Oh my god, a voice crack? I don't know how difficult that's going to be to like... Oh! I don't know how difficult that's going to be to implement. I can't guarantee that if he wins, but it's a possibility. Would you like to convince the viewers to vote for the Boulder Golem?
It could maybe possibly turn into a ball in the future and start rolling at you.
Who are you voting for?
Jade Golem, my beloved.
Why's that?
It's mostly about how cool the Jade Golem looks, to be honest. As for why I don't like the Amethyst Golem, I just feel like it's not well-rounded enough and I can already do long-range attacks with a bow without needing to rely on a fragile golem to do it for me. The Jade Golem seems like a well-rounded alternative that isn't likely to accidentally murder me or get killed and accomplish nothing.
Alright, do you want to convince everyone watching why they should vote for the Jade Golem?
Yes, there are a few reasons you should vote for the Jade Golem, my beloved. Number 1, I will personally appear in your house and give you a high five. Number 2, look at the Jade Golem's derpy little face. Don't you want that in the mod? And lastly, it would make me very happy. Jade Golem, my beloved, for the win.
Who are you voting for?
The Amethyst Golem is interesting as we don't usually see golems with a ranged series of attacks, especially not in the original game. The Boulder Golem is alright and can be iterated on its design, but it is essentially just an iron golem when it comes down to it. Unless it attacks in a different manner than hitting, it doesn't get my vote. The Jade Golem is the most intriguing in my eyes. A protector golem of sorts is something that is very unique. I do believe golems should be that. They should serve a purpose unfilled by other golems or creatures overall. For that, it gets my vote.
Would you like to say anything else to convince everyone watching to vote for the Jade Golem?
Vote for the Jade Golem if you believe in proper, varied game design and funny cube. Meow.
So who are you gonna vote for?
My vote straight down goes to the first one, the chunky one, the Boulder Golem.
Okay, why's that?
Whoa, there's milk on the mic.
This one is huge. Appearance alone, I really like his appearance. Like, it's a very basic design, but it's also very expressive at the same time.
And now I'm gonna answer a few questions that I've come up with myself. How and where will they spawn? These golems will be created by the player, as more mid-game to later game mobs, using an item currently called the Spark of Life. The Spark of Life will be pretty hard to find, only dropping from a specific mid-game to end-game boss within the overworld, going by the name of... How will they fit into the world? We plan to expand golems, not just as a mechanic and progression, but story-wise too. Their eyes are all the same color, going back to the Spark of Life. Golems, as they've been shown in any Minecraft game, have to be created, even in Legends where they're made with spawners. So none of these golems, nor any other golems, will spawn naturally in places like caves, having to be made by the player, or as a structure piece, only spawning on the structure's generation like iron golems, or how it's loosely implied that villagers create an iron golem if threatened. So it's finally time to cast your votes. In the next video, we will announce the winner of the mob vote, along with rough example implementation, alongside a lot of features we plan to add to the mod. Stay tuned for the reveal of a bunch of brand new cave-related mobs, biomes, structures, and more. Thanks for watching. As I've mentioned in the description, you will have a week to cast your vote, to convince your peers to vote for the right golem, and more. If you're watching this in the future after voting has ended, don't worry. There's a lot more planned for the future. If you want to see our previous videos, like the reveal of some of the mod's dungeons, then check out that video. If you're not already subscribed, do so to see the next reveal for Xatrix's Vanilla Plus. Hope to see you in another video, but until then, have a good day or night.